And as you heard, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is here yesterday. He did meet with Premier Ford. Among the topics discussed was a potential carbon tax on this province. Mike Crawley, our Queen's Park reporter, will have more on that at 8:30.
Thank you very much. 12 minutes after 8 on CBC Radio 1. They say that opposites attract, and I think it's fair to say that sparks flew when Canada's Prime Minister and Ontario's new Premier met yesterday at Queen's Park. From cap and trade to tariffs, the pair has a lot to discuss, particularly when it comes to the rapid increase in refugee claimants coming into Canada. Just before Justin Trudeau arrived at Queen's Park, Premier Doug Ford's office put out a statement accusing the federal government of causing a housing crisis by encouraging illegal border crossers, and that, and this is a quotation, the mess was 100% the result of the federal government. Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
Has your government been encouraging people to cross the border into Canada illegally?
No. We've actually been reaching out to communities in the southern United States, including in Africa, to highlight that the Premier asked me a question that a lot of people have asked me, that in a lot of senses, why don't we just stop them at the border? Why don't we just prevent them from crossing? And the answer is actually linked to we have to provide due process.
At the beginning of last year, you wrote on Twitter, "To those fleeing persecution, terror, and war, Canadians will welcome you regardless of your faith. Diversity is our strength," and then the hashtag Welcome to Canada. What was the effect of that tweet, if not to encourage people to come to Canada?
Oh, it was to highlight their home country. We, like multiple countries around the world, have an obligation to welcome them.
And you don't believe that it encouraged people to come here, that it put out a welcome mat?
I think the work that we've done actually explaining, and one of the things that we need to remember is broadly supported, not just by the population, but by all political parties. Wrong! Something very, very precious to hang on to.
Do you believe that Doug Ford understands Canada's obligation to those who are seeking refugee status?
I think I highlighted to him that, and you know.
Do you think he understands what our role is, though?
I just think the one thing that we've seen is, unfortunately, conservative politicians here and around the world are playing a very dangerous game with something that shouldn't be fodder for division. Canadians are supportive of immigration and accepting refugees. Anyone who crosses our border irregularly gets processed. When you're playing up divisions and fear, you're playing a very dangerous short-term game.